children, the unborn citizens, weak and defenseless yet remain innocent. When murder pills get fed into their system, they crying out for help but nobody would listen. The bodies of infants crushed in an instant, heart stops beating in an amniotic prison. Give them all a chance and don't take away their dignity. We're trying to save lives here and now cause a tragedy. Turn the lights up, put down your footsteps. Why you wanna take a life with no purpose? Oh mama, can you hear my heartbeat in your room? Your choice, don't cry, mama, I'll be dead soon. Why you wanna take a life with no purpose? Oh mama, can you hear my heartbeat in your room? Your choice, don't cry, mama, I'll be dead soon. Whatever happened to the sanctity of life? When babies are discarded, cut open with a knife. You say that they're retarded, so it justifies your rights, but that's a violation, it's against human rights. So if you really cared, you would fight for their protection instead of blaming your spouse for not using contraception. Now you wanna give it as the product of conception. That's the reason why we're giving it global attention.
Hi, this is Abhishek Clifford and I'm speaking on behalf of the Board of Education on the subject of cyber ethics. And today we want to look at the most sad and serious consequence of internet pornography. This is the subject of MTP, or medical termination of pregnancy. What's going on today is almost unbelievable, and it's so important that we understand exactly what's happening with abortion. The issue of pornography leads to oversaturated sexual tastes. This lust causes people not to be able to wait and restrain themselves until they're married. And what happens is they sleep with someone, they're not married, they can't support the child, they get pregnant, and they want to terminate the pregnancy. Pregnancy lasts 9 months, and a termination of pregnancy occurs any time during those 9 months. We're today going to look at the different ways this termination takes place. We also want to look at when we want to answer the question, when does life begin? This is a question that every thinking person in today's society has to answer. Because today, just in India alone, 1.1 crore fetuses are terminated every year, according to the All India Institute of Medical Science. Did I say that right? Yes. Is that the right word, fetus? The word fetus is the Latin word for young one or infant. And the question is it just skin and bones or is it a baby? When someone has an operation, is it like having their tonsils out, their appendix out? Or is it having their baby inside their womb amputated? You see, the question I'd like to ask, the photo on the top left is a born baby. The photo on the bottom right is a fetus. What difference does it look to you? Is there any real ethical, spiritual difference? Is there any difference in its value? It's small. But you see, if we attack a tall person or a small child, is there any difference? This again is the issue. Pornography saturates people at an unnatural level. It is looking at photos which inspires people, which should only happen on their first night and after their marriage. And therefore, when they're saturated to this extent, they want to try it out. They're ruining their chances of an intimate relationship for life. And contraception, being only 75% successful in a one-year relationship, is causing this genocide of 9 lakhs babies a month. 9 lakhs. That's almost 1 million children wiped out every month in India and across the world in all countries. I think if we understand the fetal development, if we understand what sex produces a baby, then girls will think twice about agreeing for a guy to use their body before they're married. When girls get pregnant, they think the answer is abortion. Because we advertise abortion as so available today, it's almost like it emboldens people to think that it doesn't matter about premarital sex. This is the product of an intimate relationship. This is what is produced. This is what it was designed by God to create. That statistic, 25% ineffective of family planning, that comes from the Center of Disease Control in America that did extensive surveys. No one would throw away their baby like this today, a born baby. But what people are throwing away is their pre-born babies. And the question is, what is the difference? So let's now look at the scientific evidence, which we can easily look at through photos of the preborn babies, the babies in the womb, the fetus. This is a 4-month-old fetus. What does it look like to you? Could you ever terminate one of these? This is a baby, isn't it? This is a 3-month-old fetus. Within 3 months, it can smile, it can grip an object, it can feel pain, it can suck its thumb. All the organs in its body are already forming. It's very small at this stage, as shown in this photo. However, as you can see, it's also clearly human. One young lady came to our clinic in Bangalore. She had one question. She was pregnant. She was not married. She said, I'm 3 months pregnant. Is it alive? And that is the question. You see, I don't think any one of you could ever harm your born child. No one would ever dream of attacking or cutting or poisoning their little boy, their little girl. Then how can we attack one of these children in our own womb? It's because we can't see them. It's because we think it's just skin and bones. You see, the nursing clinics are saying it's only skin and bones. Well, perhaps they have a financial interest in people having abortion, medical termination of pregnancy. But is this only skin and bones? Medical termination of pregnancy. Perhaps that's the wrong name. It shouldn't be MTP, the MTB. Medical termination of baby. You see, the pregnancy is important, but it's the secondary issue. The primary issue going on here is the baby, a new person being created and formed. It seems like God has given us the ability to create the next generation. We all have a responsibility to produce and to create. It's a great privilege. These are the feet of a baby called Amelia Sonia Taylor, who was born halfway through the 9 months, 4.5 months early. She was a premature baby. She was born at 4.5 months. She was immediately put in ICU, intensive care unit, and this is her photo 4.5 months later when she was discharged, and she was a completely healthy baby and she lived. 90% of premature, even 3 months premature, like 5.5, 6 months old fetuses, when they're born, 90% can survive today with the technology in the ICU. Now just compare this for a moment. Amelia is in her womb. Let's say for that she wasn't born early, and at 4.5 months she's still in the womb, and the mother says, I don't want this baby, and the doctor goes in and performs the abortion. Everyone says, good thing for society. Let's take it the other way. She's now born as what happened, and she's in the ICU, and the parents say, no, we don't want the baby. So the doctor says, well, she's already born. The parents say, take care of it and give him some money. And in the night, he goes into the ICU, he gets a knife, he finds Amelia Taylor, he takes the knife and he stabs the premature born baby in the heart, and it dies. Everyone would say the second version of events is attack on a baby. It is a murder because it's outside the womb. How can it be any different when it's inside the womb? It is exactly the same. And if we do not want to do that to our own child, then we should not have sex before marriage. We should stay pure until we're married, because there is always a chance of getting pregnant. And then what we're going to do?